We go for this, and we go for this, so we get infinite value. We life gain 4. Our opponent just cannot win against our deck. We target opponent to sacrifice a creature. Bro, like, are you really sure you know how those cards work? Are you really sure you know how they work?
Sacrifices must be made.
Hello everyone, it's Sloth here, and today, Zultai Control, you might actually laugh a little bit too much, because we are playing Doppelgang Invasion of Arcavios combo together with Cornucopias, so you know this late game will be absolute monster, but at the same time we also have Farsight Ritual for this amazing card draw, and it synergizes perfectly with nowhere to run, Deduce, so we have this bargain targets, we can find the perfect cards, and don't forget, once you hit one Doppelgang and copy Invasion, you can take it back from the graveyard, so it is infinite loop of value. And look at this sideboard. We usually don't talk about those. This is Wishboard for Arcavios, but those cards are incredibly powerful. Like, look at those win cons. You can finish every game with this. So the sideboard is also pretty fire. Yeah, we ranked up with this one, so I think you will like it. And the games are absolutely like crazy, especially once you get to this late game. And before we start all of this fun, a huge thank you to our absolute legend for today, H. Smith. Really appreciate it, man, and thank you for being on the channel. I'm honestly honored to be the channel of your choice, and I hope we don't disappoint, so really thank you, man. This one is for you, and I hope you will enjoy it as much as I did. And yeah, let's go into the gameplay and have fun. I will risk it. We have 3 steps ahead, Farsight Ritual, so I hope we can draw more lands. And this kinda hurts. Oh, if they... Oh my god, we need to get rid of Tiny Bones. They can discard Liliana and get her and win the game with her. Oh no, they're going for the game plan. However, they see that we have Go for the Throat. And actually they don't see the Whale, which is interesting. Alright, it hurts, but it's still card for card. Don't forget, like, every time you get discouraged by duress, remember that they invested one of their cards to get rid of one of your cards, and you can see it in the hand. The discard players always have this small hand. Let's go with this one. They can prevent the Whale. Unfortunately, this is the only card they haven't seen, so after display they have full information, but it's fine. As you can see, they just treat it as a removal, and that's a smart choice. Go for the Throat is better against the Preacher, because you don't need to wait for the attack trigger, so they never got the value. That's why we wanted to use Whale first. And that also is a card for future, so it's nice. Oh no. Oh no. That hurts. Oh boy, please don't make the third Tiny Bone. I really don't want to lose to my own Liliana. We have a lot of removal, but at some point we might actually get overwhelmed with the Tiny Bones, and they're waiting with this mana. Alright, not happy. Like, our opponent has initiative every turn, and we only have one play to make, and we need to respond. And this is the creature that can be in the game, thanks to this for them. So we are already risking dying to a Bloodletter, and I think they will have it. But with this kind of draw, we just were under so much pressure. Right, I will take 8 damage. If that's everything, I'll take it. Oh boy. Land. No. Oh my god. I'm not dead yet. Yet. So I can draw removal. Yeah, I mean, I think we have to go like this. Oh boy, it's scary. Good, that's a card. That's exactly... Like, we have so much 2 mana and 1 mana removal that it was a fair, you know, assessment, so that's why we went with it. And we have Deadly Cover-Up for the next turn. So let's actually analyze this. They will deal 4 damage. So we are at 5, then we are at 2, and then we are at 1. They play Shelly and we die. We don't die if... Okay, I think we have to do it. I forgot about this live game, but it doesn't make too much difference, I think. And we have to play a removal anyway to get it. Alright, you know what? I think this could work. We're really on the verge of stabilizing. This card would be so amazing before. Alright, we have options. We have options. Oh, I cannot play Deadly Cover-Up. I didn't realize it. Alright, alright. I can draw a card, because this could be a land right now. And we'll have to go for the Frodes. Perfect. Alright. Man, I think we are doing a really good job at navigating this whole thing. We have blue mana here. This is our second blue mana, this is our first blue mana. We'll take 1 damage pain. And this will have counter, so we actually don't need to use the evidence thing, but we probably will. Like, they are nearly out of gas. We're keeping them at the last, you know, part of this road, and if we can stop this and make them whiff for a 1 turn, I think we can fully recover, and then our deck is just simply stronger. They only see 1 Deadly Cover Hour. Oh man, they won't like what they see. And if they have another bat, I will just rage quit this game. Like, legit. Because their plan was very, very good. They wanted to hit Deadly Cover Up and prevent the obvious play that we are making next turn. However, we actually drew 2 of them. And that's not a coincidence. I added Deadly Cover Ups after initial testing of the deck, because I realized every game just hangs on me drawing Deadly Cover Up. So now we make sure that it happens every time. I actually don't want it to create. Liliana, go away, please. Like, I want you on my side, not on my opponent's side. So I think I will go slashers. I'm not super sure, but I think we will. Duress is painful. They both had counters, so I think nothing comes back. Alright, I will go with it. I think if they had Duress, they would already play it. Alright. Double Acrazot, so that's another Unholy Annex. Oh, man, I love this shortage so much. It's such a great card. I'm sad to not sit in the meta. Alright, and 1 Tiny Bones more. Alright. Alright. If they don't draw anything, I think they lost. Now we have counter spell unlock, which is amazing. Man, I told you we can recover from this. Our opponent has insane opening, but after we handled it, they don't have much. And now we have Bargain on Nowhere to Run. This is literally where the card is in the deck. And look how amazing it works. And of course, life gain for free, because why not? That's how we do it. We can cast something cheap. Only lands. Really? Virtue of Persistence. You know what? I'll take 1 land. Is that Fountainport or Sunken Citadel? It's slow, but it's better. I will take it. We'll name blue mana here. Should be good enough. Should be good enough. And the cover up, sure. Blue mana. Don't forget we could make the whale, but we know that our opponent is absolutely stacked with removal. Hurts. Really hurts, so I think we counterspell this. We also can draw... Oh, I can make a copy. I think this is better, so 3 and 3. This is good enough. And we make a copy. So we get extra mana, and we also get extra life gain, so that's super nice. Because life total actually matters a lot here. We can ignore so much stuff if we have a high life total. And look at this, just stacking Cornucopia every turn. Yeah, we'll recover super hard. Also, this helps you later when you have Doppelgang. So while we cannot kill them with Whale, we can tempo them super hard because we force 4 mana on their side on one of the turns. So if they play something, we play the Whale, then kill the thing they played. Sure. I mean, that's a fair one. Unfortunately, we have nothing of this kind in the board. And look at this, now we have a creature after the sacrifice effect. So, man, I really love this card. Like, we need to play with it. They cannot really kill us, right? Alright, good call. However, this only... how much for exiling? It is transformed. Destroy up to 1 target creature or planeswalker. This will be a problem later. So maybe we deadly cover it up. I don't love this play, to be honest. So I think what we actually will do is to play Bargain. We also want to do something on this turn. Oh, let's sacrifice one of them. I need a good card on this turn. So I think it's worth it. And double Cornucopia is absolutely enough. As you can see, we have so many bargain targets here. Alright, Invasion is good enough, probably. And I want another Farsight Ritual. I didn't hit what I wanted, but I think it's good enough, right? We probably want Invasion of Arcavios for Doppelgang. Alright, let's go. Let's go. Sideboard, because I want Doppelgang in the library still, so we can draw it naturally. And that is the start of problems for our opponent. If they transform it, I think we can Doppelgang it and get 2 of them and destroy... Oh, I think it's creature or planeswalker, right? It's not just permanent. I don't want to read it because I don't want to give it away the play. We'll check it after they make something. So they can kill the whale, but it's 4. But it's 2 mana. Good for them. But they only have 1 different card, so they probably don't have other plays. And we still have Invasion of Arcavios. Alright, so what do you do exactly? I mean, I can just copy it and make him sacrifice it. So that's good enough. So, 1, 2. We go for this, and we go for this, so we get infinite value. We live gain 4. Our opponent just cannot win against our deck. Like, once we get going, we have so much value. It's literally infinite value, because with Arcavios you can get all the cards back. Sure? Like, the whole point of this play was killing Shelly, so absolutely good play by our opponent, but it doesn't change a thing. And now we get back Doppelgang and something else. Graveyard. Here we go. And I mean, we should start getting to counter spells. Let's go library. And Negate is so good here. But I think we go for 3 steps ahead. You would think that if you have 1 Doppelgang in the whole deck to prevent overdrawing it, you won't overdraw it, but it's still here. It's still here. So what about this one? We don't need green mana yet, so we will go with Reef into Mortuary. It's a little bit better than this because it, like, we can choose the color here, but it still gives 1 color. So if you don't want to use the second ability, you probably want this first, and you also get Surveil, so it smooths your, gameplay a little bit more. Hero. Have you seen this one? This might be some new deck, man. I don't know. Oh, it deals damage. Oh, it seems to be a pretty good card. Oh, right, it's red. So, so you know it. Do we go for Disfigure now? Nope. Let's go for this one. I think we should win this game. We probably want to start hitting lands. So even though I like the Leak Over Up, we definitely want to get something different. And we can Disfigure only after they target it. Because otherwise they can pump it to 3 with Monstrous Rage because they get the trigger and Monstrous Rage gives +1 toughness. So with this type of cards you need to be kinda, smart about it. If you time it wrong, it can actually fizzle. Alright, that's not perfect. We actually cannot go around it. So I think we have to take this damage, because if we target it and they have Monstrous Rage, this will be -1 card, and basically we will force them to make a play they wanted to make anyway. So it's not perfect, but we have to go with it, and our window is closing a little bit. The interesting play would be to Disfigure the... Oh, they're greedy. Of course. See, that's how you get those greedy red players to absolutely concede. Game is over. They lost. They made the greedy play because they thought they are winning, and they aren't. And now they lost everything. And they only have red spells, so to be absolutely honest, we could go with nowhere to run. But I think I want to force them to draw another. This is -3 and this is -3, so if they play like Nemesis or something, it feels like a Nemesis version. It's kinda popular lately and it has 4 villages, if I recall. So this might be the Nemesis deck. We want to get to a point where we can untap and not play. See? Exactly. Man, we're reading him like a book. But will it matter? Because they are actually playing creatures. We will see. We'll see. Mana Screwed, my favorite. Let's see the priority. I think there's nothing. It's important to kill this, because if they can target it with Shock or Lightning Strike, you will never live gain for the rest of the game. And we have Cornucopias. Our opponent is really good at Magic, and this is their 4th creature, so can we draw 4 removal spells? That's the whole question. Can you believe that they actually wasted full card for 4 damage? The difference between 19 and 15 is nowhere close of having extra creature. So, very greedy play by our opponent, but it might work because we got mana screwed. So we have double blue. I probably want black mana more than anything. This is a good one. I think at this point, so I could kill this creature, but I want to make sure that this is the last one. They cannot pump it to 4 toughness. Hero. I mean, we can counter it. They cannot kill us on one card. So this is basically my 3 mana removal. That's how we use the counter spell. Man, I'm so happy. They went full Gridlord mode, hoping we cannot punish them, and we're literally waiting for this play. Sure. 4 damage. Still good, but you know, not... Man, I love it. Everything is just made so it's made sure that even if mono red aggro doesn't have anything, they still can deal damage. That's great. So, we can get rid of this if we want, and then play the Deduce probably. But I actually want them to do. They need to activate as a sorcerer, so it will make it a little bit easier. Because they need to tap it main phase if they want to get the benefit, and we know that they are ultra greedy player that always takes risk, hoping it will, you know, randomly work out. So we can punish it. When you identify this type of pattern, you know that, you know, you can get the good value here. And of course we'll wait, because if they have a pump spell, they potentially can win the game on this turn. No greed. Cool. Let's go for this one. I don't think they can protect it in any way. So they will lose the creature, they will lose the full turn, and we are starting to get a free value. We can also use Farsight Ritual on the clue, but we have nowhere to run, so we don't need to. As you can see, you can do so much, and we play this even without the live game because we have Cornucopia, which is amazing. Fountainport is probably a little bit better than the Painland. So we have 3, we don't have enough yet. So I will Farsight Ritual. We have double Citadel. Also, it's best to name black mana and blue mana, because then you can activate Reefs without adding any other land. Yeah, those Citadels can give us insane levels of mana. Don't forget we also can make treasures. And this is how we will close the game. Very nice, very nice. Let's bargain. That's why we have nowhere to run, by the way. It has a lot of uses, but this is the main one. That's why I added it in the deck. So probably let's go for Farsight. I have a land, so let's go for removal. This should be nice. So our opponent is actually playing Shocks and Lightning Strikes. But there's not much we can do about it. So let's tap. They will probably try to burn us in response if they have those cards. Alright. A little bit too many Farsight Rituals, but we'll get there. Here you go. This is the card. This is perfectly the card. And with this, every turn their chance of, you know, just coming back from this is lower and lower. And we can use Doppelgang into Bitter Triumph, make double Cornucopia copy, and Bitter Triumph will live gain too. On the same turn, while also killing a creature. So we are very close to closing this game. I think, like, we won already. I don't think there's any way our opponent can recover. And with this passing turn, I think it's even easier. Let's bargain again. This way we already start to live gain, so if they couldn't burn us on the last turn, they cannot burn us on this turn. I think they will scoop soon. It should be this or the next turn when they scoop and realize that the game is absolutely over. And this counter spell. I would love some lands, to be honest, but let's go with the whale in case something weird happens. We have Doppelgang, so we have all the value in the world. We can actually go for double Cornucopia. Good draw, good draw. 1, 2, and we can still counter spell or kill something. You know what? Let's go. Let's go. It looks fun. And we want untapped land probably. Let's go for the Painland, because why not? And this is also 2 colored spell, so we gain even more. I wonder if they play a braid. Like, normal deck list doesn't play this, but you know, maybe. One has to wonder that it is a possibility that probably won't happen. Alright, so our opponent needs to make peace that now we have triple Cornucopia, 3 mana, and we can start live gaining every turn at least 3, but in reality at least 6, because we'll play something on their turn every time. back to 12. So they right now need the Nemesis. If we sit, we counter it immediately. And with Farsight Ritual we have man, we actually have so much. Oh man, we actually have 5 mana. I'll be honest, I expected 3, but I forgot about the land part. Sure. And the best part, you can fully ignore this right now. With Ancient Cornucopia, those kind of cards do not matter anymore. They need to start pumping them, which gives you good traits every time. This is probably a lot of pump spells. Sure, 1 damage. Now you dealt -2 on this turn. And I actually will go for this. Just to draw cards. Like, we need so many different cards that whatever we hit, it will be fine. And back to 14. Yes. 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 They are realizing what's going on. I honestly don't think there's much chance to win. And they finally realize. So they didn't really have a strategy. They just didn't see where they are in this game. And now they do. Alright, we're going second, and man, I'm so happy to see a full hand of removal. We're going with the Reef because even though we can name, you know it will be this. You know it will be this every single time. And you know what? We won the game because that's what it is about, just doing 5 removals. So we will be playing this and this while we go into Liliana, so we go for double black. Our opponent is a true champion of Magic. Oh, they cannot protect against Liliana. They lost. They might actually scoop right now. Because they have Hexproof and they cannot cast it. Because we target opponent to sacrifice a creature. Bro, like, are you really sure you know how those cards work? Are you really sure you know how they work?
Sacrifices must be made.
Man, this is a perfect showcase of average mono-red enjoyer. And you know, there are some really good aggro players, but well, this guy wasn't one of them. Rona's Vortex, you know, not exactly Disfigure, more versatile but a little bit weaker early game, but usually this bounce effect is kinda good enough and it has this nice advantage of actually not killing a creature. So it means that, you know, the mouse and stuff like this, you know, does not deal damage to you, and it also resets all the stats. Let's go with this guy. So if I had this figure, this would be a bit easier, but at least we can force them to maybe play more. So this seems to be a Zoris enchantment, and our opponent's like, I know you have something, and we're like, I know you know, but do you really know? Because they expect cut down or Disfigure. So maybe we can catch some, you know, free value. We probably want 3 steps ahead. This will be hard to bounce and counter. Yep. What can I say? I think, well, man. Yeah, good play for them, good play. I think we still go for this. Not my, you know, dream play. That's why we don't play too many of those, but it can hit Planeswalker, so sometimes it could be an absolute godsend. With no reason to get rid of the coast, because they just take, you know, the island, so they have the same mana pretty much. They don't really need double white, and with this they would have basically everything they want. So I think this would be Glimmer into 2 mana enchantment. They could go for Tracker, so if they pass a turn, that means they want to go for Tracker. They have some leads on our hand, because like we didn't remove a creature for 1 mana, that means we don't have Cut Down or Disfigure, so they might be greedy. I think they might be waiting with Tracker, because even if we can counter it, they kinda get the free turn, because we can, like, we will have to tap fully. So that would be a pretty smart play. They kinda go around our turn fully. And we are 3 mana behind because we cannot do anything with this. We can use it for 4 mana, but not on 3, so this is like a weak spot for us. Gerard. Alright, I'm actually so happy they did this. I need something like that. Man, if they waited with Tracker, I think would be a bit too slow, because we would counter Tracker, then they unload all the hand, and it's really bad. I mean, we can absolutely go for the forest. So I could go with Farsight Ritual, but I think they will add to the board. The best case scenario for them is 2-drop into 2 mana counter spell. I'm not even sure if they play those, but I hope it won't be this case. I hope they will tap either way more or less, and you know, not have a counter spell or something like this. I need to use this ritual to really nice. Yep, this is exactly the card I was thinking about. That was yeah. But we still cannot counter it, so that hurts. We might be going into Deadly Cover-Up. So, alright, they prepared the protection spells, I think. So I probably really want Deadly Cover-Up. So this is the card we are trying to find. Not guaranteed that we'll find it, but there's some chance. Disfigure into what? Land, but do we could play a tap land on one of the turns for some extra values. I will try it. Not sure if that's the best case, but we have tapped and untapped, so I went with it. If we play untapped, we can also activate the Reef. I will do it on this turn, so I might regret this land, but I think it's okay. We also can Ritual into Disfigure, which is nice. This will be a hard turn. If they play something right now, of course, we will try to Disfigure in response. At least they wasted 2 mana, because they are trying to play around stuff, and, you know, so are we. But hopefully this Reef can make a difference. So I don't really want to activate the Reef, because I think some bad things can happen to it. But our opponent doesn't know about it, and I'm banking that they will be a bit more careful. So I will pretend that I'm, you know, trying to go for the Reef play. I want them to notice it, because I play like I don't have it, but they don't know about it. Please, make it work. If I can get free turn like this, that would be amazing. See? It worked! It actually worked. So I think if I play this, they will go for the Tracker. In which case we'll go with Disfigure. But I think it's still a decent deal. Not sure if that's the case, but we'll try. Alright, those are the cards. Liliana is really nice here. We have a land. Cornucopia. So against this deck, it's an aggro deck, but it's a different aggro deck. They don't really win by damage, but by having huge card advantage with their enchantment spells. So we actually want to go for, you know, removal more than anything else. If I play removal, it won't work probably. They know about it, by the way. Yeah, I should definitely take a untapped land. That's a big deal here. And I don't have enough black mana as well. So this might be an issue. Yeah, I mean the tapper should do a good job here. This will be a problem. So they will cast a spell in I think we'll lose this battle, but I will still try.
More distractions. Let's make this quick.
Because I think they will play enchantment to make a token, to sacrifice it for Liliana, then we Disfigure, and then they protect it. So that will be a problem, but at least we try to get some value. This also prevents Tracker, probably. They don't have discount. Yeah, I think we are not in a good spot. I think we might be losing this one. Like, I need a bit more removal and a bit less lands, but we are not getting it. These figures are nice, but I need like hard removal. Oh my, that's insanely huge. With this, we might have a chance. Like, it's not a bad draw, but it's a little bit off. Like, we lack this one extra punch to, you know, to break them. And I'm not sure if we can get there. And these figures will start to be... Oh, they have a tracker. They actually have a tracker. So we want to react before that. The problem is that they probably have the card, but I have to try. If they have hexproof, I think we lose. If they don't, yeah, they have it. They have it. They don't draw card with a tracker, so at least there's that, but they're just really good at this game, you know. They have more hexproof than we have good removal. And like, you cannot really play around this. Like, if they keep 1 mana every turn, you just need to overpower it. There's no like in between. And I think with this card, the only chance we have right now is to draw Deadly Cover-Up. So I will probably have 1 more turn to draw it. We need a good top deck. And then we lose. Or win, depending on the draws. They can get hexproof, but it actually doesn't prevent the sweeper. So I'm not super happy because it's a little bit unfortunate opening. Like, it's very clunky, we overdrew lands, we don't have the cards we need. One good card could win us the game, but you know, that's the usual deal. They also ignored Liliana completely. And it kind of works in this situation. Shelter. Alright, so we just need to be good at magic and draw Deadly Cover-Up, and I think we win the game from there very easily. Unfortunately, we are not very good at this game. So what can we do here? What can we do? I can disfigure one of the cards, but that's it. Oh man, we actually don't have anything from our rows that we want. I cannot even Doppelgang for 2, so it will be just one creature. We can block this, but the rest will kill us. I mean, that's a good game. Alright, our opponent is going first. Evil Story, I think we played a few days ago, but I have no idea what the guy is playing. Alright, something that I can absolutely respect. So, we need those 3 lands, we need Deduce, we need Negate. It's either Cornucopia or Whale. We don't really have removal, but with Deduce we should get some. I will go with this. This is probably the deck where I don't want to bounce spells too much, because like this might be even Orzhov. Are you an Orzhov? Okay, this is Cornucopia, because we want to get those Deduce going. The faster we do it, the better the value. Man, I love this. This deck is actually going really smooth so far. Like, I kinda was fearing that the mana will be a problem, but so far it's not. I don't really play creatures, I don't care. They will play creatures probably, but right now they have no value in the deck. I think they lost. Like, they don't have enough pressure, and I'm already starting to get card advantage. Yep. I don't need more mana on this particular turn. I think we go double black. We have all the other colors, and we have 3 Lilianas in the deck, so, you know. She wants this double black mana. What can I say? What can I say? By the way, we can use Citadel to fuel Reef. Yeah, I mean, I guess they can get the Whale, but... So the passive on Whale is amazing, but it's not a passive that really scales damage. It's... I told you. They don't have a chance, they don't have enough pressure. They need to have good curve to even have chance against us. So if they just go card for card, I mean, it doesn't matter. Alright guys, I think you have seen a lot of this deck, so we won't talk too much, we will just mention what the final impression is about this one, and we'll maybe throw some, you know, small stats. But before we go there, I want to say a huge thank you to our Patreon members who are supporting this channel from the start, and thanks to them we can make all the crazy creations for Standard, and we get even more with the new set releasing, so it only gets better from this. So really thank you guys, I hope you're enjoying the channel, and for this one we ranked up a little bit, you know, not a huge sample, but we went 4-2, so it looks pretty good. And honestly, this deck is so fun to play. Whenever you have Cornucopia, you not only have all this extra mana, but you have a way to always recover any kind of, you know, lost life during the game, and it gives you something that Dimir never has, like so easily especially. Like if every spell you play has life gain, suddenly the game is so much easier to navigate. You have never this problem of, oh, there's like one creature or one card dealing 2 damage per turn, but I cannot solve it, and I cannot close the game before it kills me, and I will die to it, like a forge or something. With this deck, if you get going, you can actually outvalue literally everything, and the cool part with Doppelgang, because you have some permanents in, you know, here to copy, but it's not like, you know, crazy like red overlords or something that instantly kill your opponent. However, if your opponent has any kind of good win con, like for example Forge, what about copying triple Forge and just doppelganging them while also getting life and Cornucopia, land and Cornucopia? Suddenly you have like 6 more mana for place during your opponent turn, so you can kill all the tokens thanks to your card advantage, and you are starting to triple hit them with Forge. Those are the type of plays you can make with this deck, with the cards you don't have in your deck. Most of the win cons for your opponent will be a permanent, and you can always seal them. Sharded on your opponent's side? Sure, I will just copy it. And the best part, you have like 2 or 3 targets most of the time with Doppelgang, so you only invest one of the targets to mitigate full opponent's game plan, and then the rest is just usually Arcavios to get Doppelgang back, and lands to basically get card advantage and mana advantage. And I'm all over the place, but you get the idea, and that's the cool part. Something you really need to keep in mind. With Invasion of Arcavios, this is the only way you can get Doppelgang back. So don't waste it, be aware of it. You can waste Doppelgang and just copy something else, but you need to be sure that you will win the game with it, because you don't have too many win cons. We still have Reefs, so we are playing like Survey Land for Golgari, but for, you know, Dimir I went with Reefs because I want to have a good win con. And don't forget, you can copy it with Doppelgang, and suddenly you can have, you know, like 6-10 Reefs, because you can target different reef with different triggers for Doppelgang, so you can can actually, you know, copy it multiple times with a single card, and suddenly you have so much mana and so many win cons, and even if they can block it, the mill itself will probably finish the job if you attack with 5 or something. And this is a lot of milling. So yeah, I really like the deck. I hope you guys too. So tell me in the comments if you want more. I would love to play with Zultai. Every time I play this core combination, it surprises me with how fun and how efficient it can be. So while it's probably still not the most crazy competitive, you know, the control deck for Zultai, we still have this Reanimator as the meta version of Zultai. I think this is a very good one. We ranked up, so I'll take my wins, and yeah, we had a lot of fun today. So I hope it was the same for you, and see you guys tomorrow.